Hi everyone, Saskia here from Los Angeles Guinea Pig Rescue. And oh my gosh, I can't believe it, but I was asked by Guinea Pig Magazine to write a column, like a monthly, actually the magazine comes out every 2 months. So 6 times a year, I write a column for Guinea Pig Magazine. Look at that. And I actually, here it is, all Uyghurs, great and small. I love it. Anyway, so a super honor. I was like, wow, blown away. Like, yes, I'm going to do this. So I started writing the intro, and I realized that there was so much to tell that has happened before I got to this point that it actually became a 3-part intro as such. So I want to read it out to you. I did this actually on the live on Saturday, and I just thought, you know what, let's just go and have a little story time or something, you know. So I started reading, and everybody loved it. Everybody was like, wow, that was so cool. And so yeah, I'm gonna read the first part, the second part, the third part. I think I might just do this every time. So once every 2 months, I'll be, you know, doing like a little reading, a little story time with Saskia. So okay, and here is the article. Let me show you with pictures and everything. Super cool. So let me see, there's 2 pages. Okay, yes, 2 pages. I have a lot to say. And they're so sweet, they're so flattering. Oh my goodness. So this is the editor who wrote this. She says, meet our newest writer, the magnificent Saskia from Los Angeles in the US. There is nothing we could write that could do Saskia justice. Not an introduction that would sum up her incredible background or reflect how much knowledge and experience she holds. So we asked her to introduce herself. Now, I'm like, really? Come on. You're going a little overboard with that, really, you know? But it's very sweet, very flattering. Okay, so here goes. This was me writing this, okay? I'm reading this out to you guys. So meet our, oh, I already did that part. Oh my God. I'm just such a newbie still. I'm such a amateur. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so excited. A few weeks ago, Allison, the editor of Guinea Pig Magazine, asked me to write a regular column. Like, wow, me? After reading her email, I became quiet for a moment. And with a smile on my face, I brought forth memories of my very first guinea pig. Her name was Montana. Oh, Montana. She didn't know yet, but she was going to be living with me for the rest of her life. She was a dark brown agouti with a golden sheen to her coat. She was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, she was so pretty. And she was the most perfect creature I had ever met. She was my Montana. It was late November in 1986. So I'm kind of giving away my age here, right? 86, oh my goodness. And I was on the way to a wine bar with my girlfriend for the first glass of Beaujolais of the season. Now, if you're European, you probably know Beaujolais comes out in November every year, and it's like a big deal, and all the bars have Beaujolais wine. But on the way, I insisted on popping into the pet store. I don't think I ever made it to the bar that night. I was too enamored with my new little friend. As a child growing up in the Netherlands, I had bunnies. Everyone had bunnies, it seemed. In fact, once a month or so, with a nail clipper in hand, I used to do this, I would knock on the doors of the homes of the bunny families to make sure all the bunnies got their nails trimmed on a regular basis. I was definitely the bunny girl. I knew about guinea pigs, of course, but I didn't know anyone who had guinea pigs. And neither did I, because I had bunnies as a child. Bunnies and a hamster, actually. So I finally met my destiny. I did. Montana was soon joined by more of her kind. And I set about learning everything I could about these fascinating little animals. That was not so easy in those days because there was no internet, you see. So I would visit KV shows. I would do that and meet up with the breeders and talk shop and just figure out everything that they knew, because I wanted to know everything. I was just absorbed. I wanted to absorb everything I could about guinea pigs. So I never did any of the showing or anything. I just, you know, showed up and looked and was just like in awe of all these beautiful different breeds. And now I'm just ad-libbing because I didn't write that. I should have probably, but... So yeah, the breeding and showing just wasn't my thing. I just loved all guinea pigs, and also not just one breed in particular. So in 1986, I had just gotten my hairstylist diploma, and not that I wanted to become a hairstylist, But my mother insisted I learn a trade before she allowed me to start at modeling, because that's what I wanted to do. So there I was, my diploma in hand, and free to go wherever modeling would take me. But what about my guinea pigs? This is where my two best friends stepped in. Whenever I had to travel for my budding modeling career, they would alternate house sitting and take care of the guinea pigs for me. We still share stories of those guinea pig sitting days. Thank God for besties, right? And you know who you are. You're probably watching this. Oh my gosh, the stories we have. I moved to London permanently in 1990, and I lived there for the next 5 years. And there too I had guinea pigs. It was in London actually that I met guinea pig guru Peter Gurney. It was just a random day on a random underground train, and I noticed a man with a basket sitting opposite me. And I did a double take, and I saw that in that basket he had this gorgeous, beautiful, well-groomed Peruvian guinea pig. Well, that was unexpected. In the underground, right? It was just weird. So I said, listen, what are you doing in the underground with a guinea pig in a basket? I had to ask. And his answer was that he visited the Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital every week with his guinea pigs, just to put smiles on the kids' faces. That was just the sweetest thing. And I thought, oh my gosh. And he told me that he shared his bedsit in South London with about 100 guinea pigs. I thought, what? Wait, what? 100 guinea pigs? So right before I had to get off the train, he invited me to come and visit. And 3 days later, I knocked on his door. And it turned out that he was the man. No, he was the man with over 100 guinea pigs and all the knowledge in the world on how to take care of them. So how did I get so lucky? You know, thinking back to this chance meeting, I realized that something more significant than luck or coincidence was at play here. I mean, what are the odds that I, of all people, would run into Peter Gurney, the guinea pig whisperer? You know, he was the original, he's the guru. He wrote books, and he made TV appearances, and oh my goodness, I actually worked at a press agency for a little while in London, where we would let the press know of any opportunities for interviews, etc. And so I would always put him in there whenever, you know, he had a book coming out. So, oh, Peter Gurney is available for interviews regarding his new book, The Sex Life of Guinea Pigs. Really, he had a book that was called The Sex Life of Guinea Pigs. So Peter and I became fast friends, and our worlds could not have been further apart. We were such different people. There was me, the young, blonde, successful, you know, fashion model, and Peter, the geeky, middle-aged guinea pig nerd devotee. I spent hours at his feet, drinking tea and learning of all things guinea pigs. And he was a great teacher. You know, he was a great writer as well, and author of several excellent books on guinea pig care that are actually still relevant today. Sometimes I'll still go back to one of his books and say, what did Peter say about this? Or, you know. So yeah, when I just started my rescue, he was my go-to for guinea pig information. I would be on the phone all the time. Hey, Peter. Hi, it's me. I just started my guinea pig rescue. I have a guinea pig that has X, Y, and Z. What do I do? So he was my go-to guy. You know, my guiding light as such. So yeah, Peter was more knowledgeable about guinea pigs than most veterinarians. He was actually very critical of the British Veterinary Association for allowing vets to practice medicine on guinea pigs despite never having learned about the species in vet school. And this is still an issue today, and not just in the UK, but throughout the world, by the way. That may come as a surprise to a lot of you guys, but unfortunately that is the truth. That's what happens. So sadly, Peter passed away in 2006 after a long battle with kidney cancer. It's very sad. I actually saw him 2 years before he passed away. Is the last time I saw him. I was already living here and went to see my family in Portugal. My father wasn't doing well, and I passed through London, and I took the opportunity to go and visit. So I moved to Los Angeles in 1998 when I followed a boy. And the boys left the scene, but then my son Izzy and I stuck around. And in '99, I decided to start a guinea pig rescue. It struck me that there were so many bunny rescues, chinchilla rescues, rat rescues, but there were no guinea pig rescues here in LA. There were none. And you know what? Actually, to this day, there's really just us still in Los Angeles. No one's really come to help out with the burden, or there is a rescue in San Diego, but that's kind of far. That's my friend Fanella. Then there is a group in Orange County, but they work with foster homes and they're just smaller and not as active. So to this day, it's still me, and that's since '99. So I got to work making cages when I started my rescue and stocking up on everything I was going to need. And I then went to visit the Santa Monica Animal Shelter to drop off my card and announce that LA now had a guinea pig rescue. And when I got there, I noticed, much to my surprise, several cages full of guinea pigs in the reception area. Turns out that someone had just surrendered those guinea pigs. I kid you not, talk about timing. Literally minutes before I walked in. And just like that, I was in business. I was in the rescue game and in for the ride of my life. So there I was, running LA's first and only guinea pig rescue. And I thought I knew a great deal about guinea pigs. I had, after all, studied with the great Peter Gurney. But when I started working with a whole bunch of them daily, I realized that there was so much more to learn. I did not know anything. And like Peter before me, I was appalled at the lack of veterinary knowledge, medical knowledge in the veterinary profession when it came to guinea pigs. So I was pretty much on my own. And I renewed my vow to learn everything I could about these little darlings. These darling little creatures. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. In the coming years, I worked hard at the rescue. I started a logistics company for my spare room, and then I met the man of my dreams. Now, a lot of years passed between this, okay? It didn't all just happen like that. But, you know, didn't work out with the boy. Then I had my son, and then I was a single mom, and I just had to do something. So I started the company. It was a logistics company that just did well from day one. It was amazing. It was really literally amazing. For my spare room, and then eventually ended up in a nice big warehouse, and I had about 60 people on payroll at one point. I tell you what, it's a lot of work. It's stressful to have a company that big. Anyway, so I then also met the man of my dreams, my husband Gabe. And in the years to come, I will go on with the company to win on several Stevie Awards for like the most innovative company. I won the best executive, fastest growing. I mean, I had just so many awards I won, and then there were all these luncheons like set up by the Chamber of Commerce in my honor and all this stuff. And I actually didn't know any of the people there. It was funny, all these lunches and stuff and all these things, and I'm like, I don't know anybody. Everybody was like celebrating my success. Anyway, I actually, at the height of the business, I had 60 people on payroll. I mentioned it before, and I was regularly featured in business magazines as well. You know, I was flown to the UK by DHL as a thank you for the rugby championship, which was awesome. And the list goes on. Now, as a little girl, I had dreamt of becoming a businesswoman. I'd also dreamt of getting a reward for excellence in business. I thought that was the coolest thing as you know, as a woman, to just beat the dudes as like the best whatever, you know. So it's funny, I gotta say, because there were like 2 different awards that were the big ones, and one was like the best executive, and then they had one for women in business, the best executive for, you know, women in business, and then there was the one for best executive, which was both the boys and the girls together. So I won in the women category, and I thought, you know what, I'm still not satisfied until I win the other one, because I gotta have best executive. Because then I'll be happy, you know, and satisfied, and then I'm done. I don't need any more awards. And I did actually. The next year I won that one. So that was really cool. It was all these dudes looking like, what, the chick won? All these hardcore businessmen, you know, and then there's me. That was fun. So yeah, and so there I was, you know, I had done all that, and I achieved a lot with only a high school diploma. Never went to college. So I seemingly achieved everything I wanted, down to the dreams that I had for myself as a kid. including the rescue, because that was always a huge dream from day one. Ask any of my friends that know me for a long, long time, and they'll tell you that I was always about the animals. There was nothing really that mattered more than that. So I achieved all that, but despite all that, I was restless and depressed. I was. You know, we managed to put a little money aside because, you know, most was invested right back in the company. I never accepted any outside money. All these people wanting to invest and all these companies wanting to, you know, give you money for like a huge chunk. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of it. Just keeping it all. I don't want to have any, don't want to deal with any of you shark businessmen people, you know, I'm doing it all myself. So anyway, so we managed to put a little money aside, and most was invested right back into the company. So I didn't really have any. We rented the ranch where we are now today for many years, and it's a dream home. It's beautiful. It's so close to the city, which it's agriculturally zoned. That means I can actually have a cow if I wanted to, right here, kind of in the city. How cool is that? And so they put it on the market. We were renting it. It was on the market. It was for sale, and we wanted it so bad. And you know what? We managed to scrape up enough money together, and 6 months later, we made an offer, and it was accepted. So that's the first part. And the second part, that we'll do that for another video. But let's start with this one. So yeah, the next issue is at part 2. How the LA Guinea Pig Rescue became what it is now. Our massive rescue of over 700 plus guinea pigs that turns into 1,200 in 2 months. That was crazy. And the ongoing difficulties that we face with that particular situation. I really wanted to start building the rescue, the YouTube channel, the national and then international issues I'm going to tackle. The hell I'm going to raise for our little friends, you bet. And the plans that I have on the roadmap for 2022. And then of course what happened to the big company. So that is going to be in the next installation. But I just thought this was a really nice way of connecting with everyone and also promoting the magazine, because this is awesome. It's the only guinea pig magazine in the world, as far as I know, in English language. And I have a code as well, which it's guinea pig lady, and you get some discount if you want to just try one issue. It's digital as well, so you can try it. But yeah, it's super cool, and you know, everyone's in here. Lady Pigbird here has a thing here, also a little article about her boys, veterinary drugs explained, antifungals. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here, so I would definitely recommend getting it. It's super cool. I was actually subscribed to it before I became involved in the magazine, so I really think you guys should. So there, I thought I'd share this. I thought this was a fun way of sharing. And then, you know what? I want to show you my view right here. Oh, there you are. These the horsies. Hi guys. And here's my little setup that we have for Saturday. So this is the tent that we work in every Saturdays. This is my table where I do the health checks. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. It was fun, and we'll do the other one as well.